Hello everyone, my name is Apurva and welcome back to my holiday planning app in Power Apps. We are on our way to build a calendar view for employees to see when and why they are absent. But before moving forward, let's do a quick recap of what we have covered so far. First, we have created our database in SharePoint and created three separate lists, one for employees, one for the leave request, and one for the holiday calendar. Then in Power Apps, we have created three different screens. One is the user screen where employees will come in and apply for the leave. Second is for the manager, they can approve it on that screen. And third is the calendar view, which is yet to be completed. Also, if you have missed any parts, you can find the link to those videos in the description. Also, wait till the end of this video because I've also updated the UI and you can see the final look. Now that we have completed the upper part of the calendar, we are going to work on the main body of the calendar. For that, we'll need a vertical gallery. Now I need separate rows for each employee so I can know the status of each employee separately. So I have like 10 employees in my list. So in this particular gallery, we are going to add the same collection in which we have stored the employees. So we'll get 10 different rows. Since the gallery is blank, we don't see anything in this one, but you can see there is a scroll bar. That means all the employees are added here. Now we already have the employee list on the left, so we don't need it again on the right side, but we do need the information of their leave request on the right side. So inside this gallery, I'm going to add another gallery, so it will act as a nested gallery. So the outer gallery that we added has employees, and for those employees, we will see the leave request from with the help of this inside gallery that I just added. So this is a nested gallery, and here we will add the leave request collection that holds the information of the leave request for each employee. Now remember how we created a 2-week collection for the upper part of the calendar? We're going to leverage same for the main part of the calendar. Now for all the records that are in collection 2 weeks, we will get two values. One is date value, and for this we'll leverage this record dot value, which means the date value that is in this collection. And then second, we will get employee ID, which will get from this item dot employee ID. So this item holds the outer gallery information. So in our outer gallery, if you remember, I added collection employee collection, right? So all the values from that particular collection can be read through this item. Since it's a nested gallery, this is how we have added our formula. After we have configured the second gallery, in this label you can see the date value and we can also see the employee ID. So it will be sequential because we have like 10 employees. You can see 1 to 10 IDs. Now we are not gonna really show the employee ID, but we'll show the date value. We'll just keep the employee ID just in case we need to leverage it later. But in this value, we're gonna show only the date, just like how we have shown in the upper part of the calendar. Now let's just arrange the gallery properly so we can see all the dates from 4 to 17 all in one glance. And then I'm also going to add a rectangle within the gallery so that we can sort of differentiate and it's visually more appealing to see which employee we are looking at. Now we need to add some colors. If we take a look at the picture, we can see there are different colors added to indicate different types of leaves. So let's work on that. Now on the template fill property of this second gallery, we are going to use the width function. Now firstly, we need to calculate the range of days that any employee will be on leave, right? So we need to calculate what is the start date and the end date of the leave. Also notice how I'm going to also configure the leave collection that we created on the onstart on this calendar screen. Let's say someone is submitting a leave request just now. not actually submitting, but the manager has just approved it. So we need to fetch those latest records. That's why we also need to put it on the on visible property of this screen. Now, with the help of the lookup function, we'll match the employee ID with the current employee ID, and we'll also match the start date and the end date. So if the current date is greater than equal to the start date and less than equal to the end date, we have got the range, and we can highlight that particular date that the employee is on leave. Now let's say you got the range of the dates that any employee is on leave. Then you also need different colors to specify the leave request, right? So you can have a different color for vacation, different color for sick days, and so on. Like any corporate events, whatever events or whatever leaves that you might have, you can have different colors for each of them. Okay, guys, are you guys ready? The moment I'm done writing this formula, you will see a colorful calendar. Okay, so we do know that the colors are visible, but not really sure if this is working. So let's cross check. So Jim is on leave from 12 to 13, which is correct. Okay. Then Pam is on leave from 12 to 17. Okay, that's not correct. That's till 20. Let's verify it. Okay, yeah, that's working. Awesome. And then let's just see Angela. She's on leave from 6th till 20. Okay, yeah, that works. Also notice how the colors are different for Jim, Pam, everyone. Like everyone has a different color for whatever reason they're on leave. Now that we have all the colors in for different reasons, we also need to sort of disable Saturday and Sunday, which are the non-working days. So you see in the picture we have them grayed out. So let's work on that. We're gonna introduce one more field, which is weekend, and we're gonna leverage the start of the week function and calculate it based off Monday. So if that particular, like this particular date is greater than 5, considering Monday is the start of the week, then greater than 5, which means 6 and 7, which is Saturday or Sunday, so that means that's a weekend. And then just before the switch statement, we'll add if condition to check whether the current date is weekend. If yes, then add that to dark gray, or else then work with the switch formula. If any of the days fall within that particular range, then use the colorful colors. Now, if you compare the picture, we have got almost all the details: employee list, the upper calendar, the middle calendar. Almost everything is matching with the picture. Don't go just yet, because I'm going to show you what I did for the final look of this application. I've cleaned this a lot and it's looking much nicer. Also, if you did learn something from this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Here's the final look of the first screen. On the left top, I've added a logo, and below that, I have a list of all the leave requests that I have applied for. Now, in the ideal world, you will not be seeing any leave request apart from yours. So, I'm acting as spam, and I'm seeing all the leave requests that I have applied for in the past on the left side and with their status. I can also view them on the right side if I want a broader view of why did I apply for and what was the date and everything. And then if I need to apply for a new leave request, there is a button right on the top left. The form comes up as a pop-up and you can add in all the details, and that's it. This is the first screen. Then the second screen is the review screen. Again, this view will not be visible for all the users. Only your manager or the person in charge of approving the leave request would be able to see all the leave requests and in one glance. This screen still requires more. I mean, I feel like there's more space for improvement, but this is what we have got so far. We can approve it, reject it right from here and see all the leave request right here in one place. Also notice I'm only seeing all the requests that are in pending status, and then you can change it to whatever, approve it, reject it, and submit it. And now that particular record is gone from my list. If you want, you can also add an additional view uh, where you see all the requests that has been approved by you as the manager in the past. And similarly, if you have multiple approvers, you can, everyone can have their own view, and you can show only the request that you have approved or rejected. And then finally, I've just added this button to go to our calendar screen. This is the final look. On the left side, you can see all the employees. We have got the current date, day and year. And then I have got the date range in the middle. Then we can see the left and right navigations button. Also notice how I'm scrolling down, but you remember on the left side we have a separate gallery, on the right we have a separate set of galleries, but it does not interfere with the way I'm scrolling. Like uh, both the scrolls are synchronized in one scroll. Like if I'm moving, there are no two separate galleries moving up and down, which I did in fact, face the issue where I had to make sure that both the galleries are synchronized and are scrolling at the same time. You can navigate left and right, and you can see all the different colors. And yeah, at the top as well, I thought that there is no point of showing um the days repetitive, so instead of showing the, sorry, not days, the date, where you show 04 to 17, right? So instead of that, I used initials like M, T, W for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. And yeah, I think it's looking like, my favorite screen is the calendar screen, honestly. But yeah, feel free to put in comments like what else can we do here. And also on the right side we have a reset button. In case you wander off too far, you can come back clicking that reset button. And then I've added two more things here. On the left side, you can see there is a search button, so you can search the employee directly, because right now I just have like 10 employees, right? But in a real world you would have like, I don't know, maybe 200 or thousands of employees. It's nice and easier to search your employee. And lastly, on the right top, I've added a information button where you can see what each color indicates. Like I can't remember all the days or all the events that each color might have. So you can write a small info panel somewhere, just that it helps the users. And that's it. I'll see you next time with another Power Apps problem. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.